Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Here We Are Year Zero. I am your DMGM storyteller, whichever you'd like to call me, Forgotten Dreams, and I am joined by a lovely cast of people, starting with Cabby,
Hello.
who is going to be playing as Cabby. Next up, we have Ellen.
I'm Ellen. I play as Via Newton.
Yay. And then last but not least, Eric.
Hey, I'm playing Dexter. We who are about to die salute you.
All right, so as those who are about to die are so close to such a thing, why don't ye who is on the chopping block give us a bit of a recap?
Okay, so we were in transit at the beginning of this past game. Stopped at a dock to refuel and to look for a new vessel. We weren't really satisfied with the speed or the distance of the vessel that we were in before, which was the lifeboat. So we found a new a yacht, and that just happened to have keys in it while it was at the dock. Which, by the way, actually isn't all that uncommon. We used to have a houseboat on Cumberland Lake, and everybody always left their doors open, and it was like a 1980s neighborhood. It was the weirdest thing. Anyway, so we found this yacht, and Via was able to get it started, and it started piloting for us. We moved over all the supplies to it, and all of us started heading along our way. Getting ready to depart and everything. Kira decided that she wanted to motorboat on her own, so she started looking for a boat. We encountered a father and daughter who were also there on their boat. Kira had left some of her equipment in front of this person's boat, and they were kind of checking it out. So Dexter went up there just to kind of defend the equipment, make sure none of it was stolen while he tried to coax Kira back onto the yacht. He was unsuccessful to do so. So Kira decided to go with another yacht that she found, the Buddha Booty, I believe it was called.
The Black Buddha.
The Black Buddha. Unfortunately, she couldn't get it up and running before we really had to go. When she was inside the boat, an infected showed itself. The father of the little girl that was there and Dexter both shot down the infected, and Kira decided to leave in a hurry with us, but she went with the father and daughter. Once we got out on open water and started taking off, 3 boats came out from a dock and started pursuing us, and we shared some semi-automatic fire with them, and Dexter took one of them out with a headshot, and then his counterpart picked up his gun and shot back and hit Dexter in the upper trapezius muscle and put him down. He took quite a bit of damage, and that's where we kind of left off. So today, Cabby had made his way back over to our boat, and he was administering medical attention to Dexter, and we are about to see if Dexter's going to live or die.
And to give a little bit of context to the people watching, I do this stuff in real life, or did at one point, and I have an 80% mortality rate, so it's not looking good for Dex.
Okay, so Dex, what I would like you to do is I'd like you to go ahead and roll me 5 red dice by themselves. If you need to do a different roll in order to get the red dice up there, that's fine as well.
Okay, let me take a look.
So for instance, you could just roll, you could just do a whole roll with 5 red dice in your dice pool. and take out your difficulty dice.
Okay, difficulty dice are gone. I've got 5 red dice. How do I actually roll without firing my long gun or something?
Just go ahead and fire it to make it simple.
I assume that I don't use my long gun bonus.
Correct.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Ooh, one success.
Very nice. So, Cabby, the thing to keep in mind here is when you are going to go and attempt to do aid on Dexter, what you're looking to do with your checks is you're looking to get rid of each of those red dice, one by one. So, this is going to take a while. And already looking at the wound, you can tell that it's going to take several days before he's fully healed, if not a month.
Fully healed? Fully healed. We're going to go with a month for fully healed.
Yeah.
So, question real quick, as the patient here, does my success actually mean anything, or are we just looking
No,
at
we're just looking at the red dice.
Okay, gotcha.
For every dice that you get rid of before a month is over, that is going to mean that he does not receive a chronic injury that becomes permanent.
Okay.
All right. So what we're going to do here is you are going to pick one of the dice to start with, and then you are going to make your first aid roll to try and reduce as much as possible the number on that die.
All right.
If you can get rid of 2 die, he will live.
Go for the 2 and the 3.
I want to go for a 5 and a 4. No.
Okay.
2 and 3 it is.
Okay, 2 and 3 it is. All right. So we're going to start with the 2. And what I need you to do is, in order to get rid of that 2, I'm going to need 2 degrees of success. This can be cumulative. However, you're going to be limited to 4 first aid rolls per 24 hours. And this will take you a long time.
All right. So, let's see here. First aid. Make sure all my dice are swapped out. Good. Alright, so I'm going to take care of that 2 first.
Mm-hmm.
And I use the multiplier number from my first aid kit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, 65. So you've gotten rid of 1 of well, you haven't gotten rid of a dice, but you have gotten rid of one of the numbers on that dice. So that dice goes from a 2 to a 1, but it is still there in play, and that is your first aid check of the day. As over the course of the next hour or so, you manage to get that down by 1. And if you'd like to, go ahead and walk me through some of the steps that Cabby might be taking.
I would be asking Via if she has a tampon on her.
I mean, I think I probably would.
I would take that and I would jam it into the wound. By the way, is this all the way through, or?
It is all the way through, yeah.
Okay. So it punched all the way through his shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, trap. Above the collarbone.
Okay. I remember Aaron had said something about the scapula last time, and I'm not sure what that was about. Anyway, Yeah, so I'm basically just going to take the tampon, cram it into the wound to try and stop the bleeding as much as humanly possible.
Mm-hmm. So you go ahead and cram it in there, try and stop the bleeding as much as possible, and you do manage to do so. And it slows to a pretty decent, acceptable rate at this point.
And then at this point, I will be getting out an IV kit, starting an IV, starting a couple bags of saline, and medicating Dexter.
Okay. Fantastic. So you begin to medicate Dexter. Meanwhile, while the two of them are playing patient-doctor, or doctor-patient, what is Via doing?
I suppose Is the other boat near us?
They are a bit ahead of you at this point. However, you guys are traveling at a steady speed, still going up the coast of Costa Rica.
I guess I would just be focused on piloting and following the other boat. I mean, I'm not a medic. I assume Cabby will call me if he needs help, and I'm just driving the boat.
Fantastic. All right. So we will say with that, the next portion of the day comes as Cabby, you are able to make your next first aid roll. Would you like to spend any competency points on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 3.
Okay. That brings you up to a success, which will allow you to take away one of the red dice.
Woohoo!
So you are now down to 4 red dice, Dexter.
Okay, do I need to remove any of my health point ailments?
At this point, no, because that's going to come down to different rolls.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, several hours have gone by at this point, and you've done your best to try and close the wound as best as possible, to get him started on plenty of fluids, and also to make sure that he's not going to die horribly. As we come to your third roll of the day.
Oh, let's see. Submit 3, submit. God damn. Well, we're spending 3 there, obviously.
Okay. All right, so you go ahead and spend 3 there. That'll bring you to success, and let's see.
Shouldn't that bring me to a degree of 2?
I'm checking. Yes, that will bring you to a degree of 2. You're fine. So that brings you down to needing to reduce 1 more on that final dice.
You know, the way I'm rolling, Eric, you're fucked.
We'll see.
And final roll of the day.
Oh, this gonna hurt. It gonna hurt. It gonna hurt. Do. First aid. And 3. Oh, wait, wrong thing. First aid. And a 3. Click. We're spending 3.
All right. So that will get rid of the second die,
Nice.
as you just have a 4, 5, and a 4 to contend with. And as you reduce the 4, 5, and 4, that is where we're going to also make the checks for the injuries themselves. But you can go ahead with that, Dexter, and unmark your 5th checkbox for injuries.
Okay. Good job, Cabby. So, is Dexter stabilized and awake at this point?
You're stabilized, you're in and out of it, but we'll say at this point, as he's finishing up with the full day's work on you, you are awake.
Okay, Dexter's going to try to recruit Cabby when he's not performing medical services to see if he can find Dexter some alcohol, something hard that he can drink to dull the pain and pass the time.
At which point, I'm just going to hold up one of these small vials of morphine and be like, no.
Damn it.
Okay. Well, with that is a full day's worth of work for treating injuries, which means 24 hours will pass. What would Via like to get done with the time that she has outside of driving the boat? If the answer is nothing, we can accept that.
Unless we just can't hear her.
I'm pretty sure she's muted. Via? Hello?
Sorry, I had a cat jump down on my head and like scratch the shit out of my head, and I'm back.
Welcome back.
Ow!
What did you ask me?
So yeah, you have 24 hours to do what Via would like to do outside of just driving the boat as he's being treated. Is there anything Via specifically would like to get done in those 24 hours, or is she simply just going to focus on following their boat?
I mean, I think I would probably peruse the GPS, figure out where we are, where we're going, maybe mop up some blood, but mostly just focus on figuring out, like, where we are and where we're going.
Okay, at this point, you guys are passing the northern tip of the Corcovado National Park in Costa Rica. And you're continuing to head northwest.
Okay, I think my goal would be to probably keep in mind, according to the map, where ports are likely to be in case we have fuel needs or further emergencies, or, you know, maybe we end up needing some antibiotics or something comes up where we need to land. I'd like to know where the nearest likely place to stop and find things would be.
Absolutely. The nearest port is going to be, let's see here. Nearest port for you guys is going to be Punta Arenas.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, we go ahead and come to the second day, where finally, Dexter, you are no longer slipping in and out of consciousness.
Okay. If Cabby's off doing other things on the boat, Dexter will take the co-captain's chair for now while he's recovering.
It hurts like a bitch to move. So yeah, you can do so.
He sits very still in that chair.
Okay, absolutely. Does he like carry his IV with him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. All right. With that, Cabby, you wake back up, got yourself ready to go, make your way back upstairs, and you find your patient sitting in the co-captain's chair.
Matter of fact, we're going to tie the sailing bag on a stick and hold it over our shoulder like a hobo.
Okay.
Over the non-injured shoulder, I would hope.
Yes, yes.
All right. Yeah, so walking into the room, I'm just going to be looking at him. Well, you're doing better than I thought you'd be.
I'm alive, thanks to you. Probably need to take a little bit more cover next time I decide to start firing at those things. They can fire back now.
Yeah? Are we even sure what they were?
I got a good view of them through the scope. Or, excuse me, no, he doesn't say that. He doesn't have a scope. I got a pretty decent view of them, though they're pretty far away. The one that was shooting at me was definitely more humanoid than anything. More human than anything.
All right.
Hey, with that. As you guys are coasting along, do you want to turn on any of the TVs or anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. We can't just run the seas with absolutely zero entertainment. We'll see if we can pick up any antenna stations or something.
Fantastic. This
Have an
thing doesn't run off
DVD?
of
What?
antennas. It's got a full satellite setup. And yes, it does have DVD players. Apparently there's a Wi-Fi router on board, which is allowing it to have access to its Roku companion.
Huh.
Oh, nice. Dexter will also pull out his laptop from his bag with his decent arm and see if he can get any type of connectivity.
It is password protected, and while the TVs are logged in, you're gonna have to try and figure out where that password is, or just try it at random.
I'm going to make a couple rolls for that. We're going to start off by trying the name of the boat.
Okay. You try the name of the boat, and you type that in, hit enter. No.
Try password.
Okay, we'll try password.
We try password. No.
Password with a 0 instead of an O.
Yep, still nothing.
Nothing. What is it? Love, sex, secret, and God. Most commonly used passwords. Sorry, old 80s hacker movie.
Nope. Doesn't work. You can always try finding the router.
I was just going to say, looking for the router and look on the bottom side of it.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make for me a spot listen check. Or better yet, a search check.
Check.
Oh!
I find myself on the bridge of the ship reenacting Titanic.
Cabby, I'd like you to roll me a single damage die. So just roll me a D6. Okay. So you're going to take 2 to your damage threshold. As you watch as Cabby turns around, goes to make his way down the glass stairs that lead down to the second deck, and he takes 3 steps before you hear a thunk as he smacks his head against the ceiling. You forgot to duck.
How tall do you think Cabby is?
Oh, he doesn't have to be tall in order to thunk his head on this thing. It's a small entrance.
I don't know, I'm pretty small myself. I'm only 5'5".
That's okay. The entrance is only 5'2".
Convenient.
They got to make room for that 6,000 gallon gas tank.
You thunked yourself right on the head.
Ow.
But yeah, with that, all thoughts of the wireless router are spat right out of your head as you know, ow, oh. And you're more than welcome to make me another search check.
Why not?
Just don't hit your head again. There we go. 3 successes. You go ahead and you make your way down to the bottom deck, the below deck, some might even say, where all the beds are, and you make your way into the master bedroom, and you can see that over by on one of the dressers is an alarm clock, and there's also a wireless router with its 2 antennas sticking up. And you go ahead and just gently pick it up and flip it over, and you can see the password is fresh cheesy 22.
Did you say fresh cheesy 22?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, so if Cabby reports that back to us, Dexter will use his one good hand to get connected to the Wi-Fi and see if he can get connected to any West Coast news stations online.
There are currently no broadcasts. However, there are plenty of actual written out, essentially articles, online articles, that are talking about how the East Coast is officially lost. And the surge has seemed to, for some reason, stopped at the Mississippi River. Many are attributing it to the fact that the National Guard previously reinforced the Mississippi River, while New York was still having issues. But yeah, there is now a borderline. However, in the more recent news feeds, you also see that they are starting to get reports and starting to tell folks about the fact that South America also seems to be infected and having issues. And while no infected have made it over the southern border of Texas, that does not mean that there have been serious modifications to the border.
So
among the rest of the news, oh, go ahead.
Completely, I just want to preface this in advance. Completely an in-character statement. But Dexter giggles and says, "But you wish you had a wall now."
I'm just gonna look over at Dexter. Much like the Mexicans, I don't think a wall is gonna stop this.
You're probably right about that.
Well,
if the mountains don't stop them in Central America, a wall sure as hell is not going to stop them.
in other news, there are talks among the state governments of Texas, Nevada, and California from receding from the Union. And beyond that, there are also talks that for some reason, what government sources are still available have, outside of the military, are letting people know that for some reason the grid is still on the East Coast. So is the water. And they're not sure why.
I can take one guess.
But that is the gist of the updated news that you've gotten on these sites.
Okay, and we don't have to spend any time with explanation on this, but just for shits and giggles, Dexter tries reconnecting back to the camera feed on his old building in New York to see if he can get anything or see anything, if anybody's in the building, anything like that. If the answer is no, it's just no, it's fine.
The answer is yes.
Really?
The camera feed does in fact come online. And you go ahead and you begin flipping through the cameras. Make me a search roll.
All right. I'll spend 2 to bring that to a success.
Yep. Be sure to get rid of your damage dice pool.
Right. All right.
With that, as you are flipping around the various different cameras, eventually you do see a very, very, very familiar face appear on the 5th floor camera outside your door. Your door is open, by the way.
Outside
outside your door. There is the face of not only Mr. Blue Sky, but there is the face of one Mark, who was originally grabbed by Mr. Blue Sky.
Ooh. So
And they are standing there having a casual conversation.
So Dexter will make sure that the feed is muted on our side. I don't think cameras have.
Oh, no, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, no.
Okay, just
You have
making
to access the PA system inside the building.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was making sure. So Dexter will be like, without trying to move too much, he'll be like, "Holy shit! Look at this! It's Blue Sky."
Do we hear anything from them?
When you turn on the audio for the camera so that you can hear what's going on in the hallway, really loud music. And it is still Blue Sky.
Fucking asshole. All right. At which point?
And also a
I'm
gunshot
gonna...
in the background.
Oh. Yeah. At which point I'm going to look at a map and go, I think we're far enough. How about a phone call, Dex?
Oh hell yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay. So, thanks.
So Dexter already had, if you recall, back in the apartment, Dexter had added some contacts for some of the numbers in the building, including the.
It's your own fucking number.
No, I know, but he had numbers in there for the relative portions of the building. I'm just going to scan real quick, see if anybody's at the front desk, and then if not, I'll switch straight back and call my own home phone number.
Yeah, no one's at the front desk.
Okay, cool.
But you go ahead and switch back over, and you call your home phone number, and it begins to ring. And for about 4 rings, nothing happens, as they don't seem to break conversation or anything. As you begin to realize, yeah, the last time you were there, you did put it on silent, do not disturb mode. However, you watch as an individual who looks to be a Latino man in his early 20s, with these odd lacerations on his fingertips, sort of places both hands awkwardly on the side of the door frame, leans out of your apartment, and says something to Mr. Blue Sky before the music cuts, and suddenly you can hear what's actually going on, as there is the sound of it sounds like about 4 or 5 people screaming in the background, but further down the hall from your best estimates.
Okay, I'm going to throw it on speakerphone.
And yeah, he picks up the phone. And you watch as he picks up the phone. He walks back into the hallway, and he's holding it between his index and thumb finger, oddly. Who is this?
Well, hey there.
Hey.
So you guys are still occupying our building?
Oh, is this your building? Oh, well, I think it's my building now.
Oh, it appeared that way.
There something you need, whoever you are?
Dexter just looks at Via and Gabby and just kind of shrugs, like, I don't know what the hell to say to him.
Look, buddy, if this is a turf thing, you're not going to win. I've got 40 of my boyos ready to go.
Yeah, at this point, I've just leaned over. Listen, fuckstick, what the fuck is going on?
Kind of pulls the ear away from his, or pulls the phone away from his ear as you begin to yell.
This is Red Dragon.
You got a movie or something there in the background? Hello?
I would just like to know why in the
Oh, that's a person. That's not a TV show. What? Sorry, could you calm down with the volume? Maybe speak at a normal tone.
Taking
He watches. He
a couple of
cups the
breaths.
phone because you guys are getting double audio, but I assume you keep the laptop low enough so that it won't double into the phone. But he watches. He cups the microphone of your phone, Dexter, and he says, "I don't know what's with these guys. They're kind of weird." And then he uncups the microphone, puts it back up to his ear.
Weird. We're weird. We're weird.
Oh, you heard that? Oh, sorry. I gotta get better at my cupping technique. Anyways, what do you want?
Some answers would be nice.
Some answers to what?
I don't know why you tried burning the building down with us in it, for starters.
Oh, you're the original owners. Is that what this is? I thought you were claiming this territory is yours because you had a different group and you saying you're the original fuckfaces that made all the noise, shot one of my boys?
Yeah, we shot them.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Oh,
Ricky!
Not to mention, motherfucker, we're assimilated. So this could
Ricky!
really become a turf war.
Hey, come here! The guy who shot you's on the phone! And you watch as the one that I mentioned earlier, the Latino male, comes out the door, and he's got the lacerations on his fingertips. And he takes the phone and puts it up to his ear normally. It says, "You motherfucker, how dare you shoot me?" Uh-oh. My camera went kaput. Give me a second here. Aha. And I think Discord went kaput as well. Give me a second here, folks. Hello.
Hello.
There we
Hey,
go.
there we
Yeah.
Welcome back.
But he answers the phone and says, "You motherfucker, how dare you shoot me?"
Dexter just says, you shot at us first. You're
No,
just,
no. You shot at us.
No,
wait,
you shot at us
wait,
first.
did we shoot them or did they shoot us?
Yeah, you shot at my fucking window. And then I shot
Oh,
back.
okay.
You're just
okay.
unlucky
Yeah, no,
that
no,
I was
yeah.
a better shot than you.
No, he is right. Yeah, no, we did do that.
All right, now that we're on the same page, care to explain why
Why what?
you shot at us?
Isn't it obvious? We were taking over the building. Hey, boss, you
And
want to explain to
the-
these people? And he hands it back over to Mr. Blue Sky. Hello. Yeah, what's up? Hello?
half the fucking country, not one building, half the country.
That's not my territory. I didn't take half the country. I took my little chunk of New York like I was given permission to do.
Permission by...
That you're going to have to find out for yourself. I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. Where are you, by the way? You know, why don't we have a face-to-face? You still in the city?
That's gonna be a little hard.
Oh, why's that?
We got, I don't know, 8,000 miles-ish?
Victor shakes his head at Cabby.
I'm getting no more specific than that. I
Cups
learned
the,
my lesson.
cups the phone again, and you can still hear him through the camera. Hey, find out what's about 8,000 miles between here and somewhere else. Just do like a, you know, one of those circle thingies on like Google Maps or some shit. Or Bing if you have to. Okay. All right, so it's going to be a little hard. 8,000 miles between you and us. All right, why don't you come on back and talk to me man on man?
Yeah, no, I prefer this way. I'm less likely to get eaten.
I mean, that sounds like a personal health problem. I think you should get that checked out.
You're the fucks who are eating people.
I haven't eaten anyone. Isn't that right, Mark? You just hear Mark in the background. Yeah, I mean, not that bad.
Put Mark on the phone.
Wait a minute. So let's say theoretically here, hypothetically, that we wanted to join the side of the winners.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. You see him straighten himself out a little bit and he gets a little. All right. What are you willing to offer us in return for joining the side of the winners?
Well, looking for a little information first. That's kind of why we called to talk.
Information. What are you, Claire, all of a sudden? That stupid bitch. Always talking about information. All right, what do you want?
I'm just looking the general. What are you guys? What the hell's going on? Is this related to the
Dude, if you haven't figured that out, you guys are way behind. Hey, turn on the news real quick. What's this? What do you mean all the broadcasts are down? Well, go to like CNN.com or some shit. Figure that shit out. Anyways, what do you guys got?
Zombies?
Zombies. You think we're zombies? Oh, that's cute. What's next? You're gonna think we're aliens?
I'm just gonna give a side eye over to Dex. I mean, that's your wheelhouse there.
Shut up.
Haven't you like run into any of us? Like seriously run into any of us?
Yeah,
Seriously
more than a
wounded
few.
us and then had the, mano combat, we bite into you, drink you, fucking heal. The signs are obvious. I mean, well, at least my kind can do that. Some of the lesser kinds. No, I'm not calling you lesser, Mackie. I'm not calling you lesser. It's okay. You were made that way. It's okay.
So help me God, we've gone from zombies to aliens to vampires.
If you haven't figured this out yet, I don't know what's wrong with you, bud, or what's wrong with you people.
Dexter covers the phone for a minute and says, "I told you that vampires was on the table."
One straight answer. Are you capable of that?
I've said nothing but straight answers. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So, the answer to your question, what we can offer,
Thank you. Somebody who gives me a straight fucking answer. Go ahead.
we've got some people with some skills that might benefit, like medicinal skills. There's, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in the group is a virologist. We've got people that can shoot guns. Obviously, I almost took out one of your guys.
You can see him doing this in the camera. He isn't saying anything.
Doing what in the camera? I can't see
He's
yours.
just rolling his hand over and over again, like, and what else?
And a willingness to do heinous shit for asylum.
All right, well, the heinous shit can kind of work. All right. Asylum, I mean...
So, I mean, this may be obvious to you, but consider us new to the experience, okay?
Know the experience. Which experience are we talking about here?
You know, exposure to whatever the hell you guys are. That's what we're looking to get answers on.
Ah, okay. I see.
Before we make any commitments to
Uh-huh.
you know, team up with somebody, we want to kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, no, yeah, great. I mean, if you want to know what's going to happen when you get exposed, you're going to have a huge headache. You're going to black out for a couple of hours. Depending on who, blare you, depends on what you can become.
Did you just say blah?
Not like
Bleh.
blaz and bite, but like blaz and throws up into you.
Huh. Okay.
So, do they have to throw up into us?
Well, I don't have to throw up into anybody. It's just, that's the easier way of doing it. I can just,
We don't know.
Okay, well, I have another method of doing this, whereas the lesses have to blah. I'm not calling you Alessa Mackey, I swear to God. Sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, or I'm gonna throw you out that goddamn window. Anyways.
Okay, so call us idiots. What the fuck? I mean, is it vampires? What the fuck is going on? What are
Some
you guys?
people would use that layman term of vampires, yeah.
What would you call it?
You know, I honestly haven't really thought about it that much, nor have I been around my superiors long enough to hear what they call it, so I'm gonna stick with vampires.
I mean, Dexter just looks around a little bit and with the phone still uncovered. That's kind of cool.
Hello?
We're thinking here.
Okay, yeah, no, think away. He's thinking.
So Dexter puts the phone on mute.
It's very convenient that you guys could see the other end of the conversation.
Yeah. So Dexter puts the phone on mute and he's like, and he looks at the phone to make sure it went on mute, and he looks at the other two and he's like, anything else you guys want to know?
I don't have any idea what's going on. So
Well, you just said fucking vampires. I wasn't
But,
far up with the aliens idea, was I?
okay. I wasn't along for the ride for this part of your adventure. I don't even know I haven't asked a lot of questions. I don't know who this is you're talking to. Vampires, what?
All right. I am going to grab the phone from Dexter and unmute it. Okay.
Oh, no, all right. Hey,
Can I ask a couple of questions that just are pure curiosity here?
sure.
A,
You can see he pulls out his phone and starts looking at it. His
what's
actual,
your
like,
name?
mobile phone. They call me Mr. Blue Sky.
Okay, that brings me to B. The fuck is with you in that song?
You got a problem with the ELO?
I mean, you're how old?
None of your fucking business.
Got it, not that old.
The disrespect. He's saying this while he has his hand over the mute. Disrespect on this one.
I mean, you all could have gone with, bodies, or there's like 50 songs that are way more appropriate.
Bodies. What bodies?
Yeah, body, like the bodies. You know that song.
No, I mean, that corny bullshit. No. I mean, look, I got taste. I got Blue Sky. At least I'm not the Dragula motherfucker or there's some others out there. One bitch is all about Lady Gaga and plays her songs on repeat. I mean, she's got more variety, I'll be honest, but still, there are some weird motherfuckers out there. So are we doing this or not? You joining Team V? That's what I like to call it. I'm just making this up. We'll call it Team V. Sure, why not?
I'm just looking dumbfounded at Dexter at this point.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Okay. Yeah. Still thinking?
Can I call you back in 5?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Bake a cake while you're at it.
And I'm just gonna hang up.
Kind of pulls the phone away from his ear as you hang up, and he hung up. Son of a bitch. I guess he's gonna bake a cake. And he hands over the phone, and you watch as it gets pulled back into the room. Anyways, as I was saying, will you turn the fucking music back on so I don't have to hear that bitch screaming? And the music gets turned back on.
Was there like Screaming, like violent screaming in the
Oh yeah,
background.
oh yeah, far down the hallway, so it was like faint. You can see
Well-
that he's on his phone right now, typing away.
So Dexter says, "Well, that was terrible."
Clearly sends a dick pic to somebody.
Ew.
So they're like mutant vampires, or he just agreed with the term vampires to humor us.
I don't know, but I really want to shoot him in the face now.
I mean, I wanted to shoot him in the face before, but
I mean, either way, you'd have to travel back to New York in order to do that.
It feels worth it. It feels so worth it.
don't split the party, Kevin.
I'm not gonna. All I know is there's something that there's something telling me that the Mississippi River has someone like the fucking Pope blessing it right now.
Now I'm thinking the current is probably just too strong, and the military is probably blowing the bridges.
Eh. Either way.
This is all very strange. I mean, I know that kind of goes without saying, but like, what kind of a weird, like, virus / alien takeover has just, random whatever monsters? Like, why are they different from each other? What?
Different strains of the virus, who knows?
This is all, they're not very organized about this. Like, I mean, they're doing a good job killing everybody, but like, what's even going on? What's even going on?
The whole thing that I don't understand is what's the fucking motive? I mean, okay, so you take control of a building, who cares? I mean,
Well, I mean, obviously that guy's on a power trip. He's probably some like low level, like, idiot, or somebody's son. They needed to get out of the way, so they gave him this building to rule his little kingdom while the grown-ups do all the work. So obviously he's not really in charge of anything. Right?
well, he wouldn't have stayed on that block in New York for this long unless he was just a turf leader. So yeah.
I'm very confused by all of this.
And by the sounds of it, it sounds like the different factions of these things do have turf wars, because that was the first thing that he brought up.
And different abilities based off of who they are.
Why? Like,
Alright. I figure we got 3 questions to ask. Or 3 questions that we can maybe get answered. What are your most pressing 3?
Hey Dexter, you watch as they pull out a trash bag and they're rifling through it, and he picks up one of your old newsletters, and it looks like he mouths your name.
Yeah, not worried about it. I figured he'd be trying to figure out who it was and where we were and all that kind of shit. And Dexter will even say that out loud when he sees it, so that the other 2 are aware.
You also notice one of them, who you haven't seen before, heavily covered with a hoodie, so you can't make out much detail, but you can tell it's a male, roughly about 5'4". and a bit on the chubby side, walks out of your apartment with a laptop that you don't recognize, and turns it towards Mr. Blue Sky, and you can see he's got like Google Maps pulled up, and he's got several points on Google Maps marked out for what's essentially in a 8,000-mile radius, and Mr. Blue Sky just like face palms.
All right. Yeah. So
So it seems to me it's pretty clear that he doesn't know what he is,
yeah.
and he's just
Got
going,
that.
he's just basically going by the general consensus of, okay, we returned, we got fucking powers now. That's all that we need to know.
So he said there's a boss. He got permission from someone. For some reason, they seem to be stuck at the Mississippi River. And for some reason, most seem to be at least mildly sentient.
Yeah, and obviously their reporting structure goes up, and the leaders are going to be the most powerful or the most physically capable because they rule by fear, just as he was doing with his people right there on the phone.
Good times, good times.
Make me a spot listen as you're watching the camera feed.
I'll spend 3, but I'm just gonna make the roll.
I will spend 3 as well.
Success of 4.
Okay. Let's see here. Don't. Dexter, did you also roll? There it is. Okay. So, Via, yeah, you got 2 successes. Cabby's got 1 success. And
4.
I'm waiting on Dexter. 4?
I took 3 competency.
Because I said I spent 3 prior to.
Ah, I see. Okay. All right. So with your successes, you notice that they're starting to bring plastic bags out of some of the rooms, and they're rather small. However, about 6 individuals start taking these plastic bags down the stairs, and a few moments later, you watch as several carts of meat get rolled towards the elevator.
Heart of meat.
Bring out your dead.
Is the girl
Right?
anymore?
With Via's successes, I'd say yeah, she doesn't hear screaming over the sound of Mr. Blue Sky anymore.
How about mine?
With yours, yeah, no screaming, and also you notice a couple of eyeballs fall off of the meat cart and roll down the hallway and down the stairs.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick up the phone again and dial back.
You dial back.
You know you don't have to call them back, right?
No, I really want to.
Dial back, and after the first ring, you notice that they immediately, Mr. Blue Sky makes a few gestures, and the music turns off again, and once again you can hear the sounds once more. No screaming in the background, it's just the sound of a lot of people moving around, and the sound of wood hitting metal, as you notice a couple of individuals making their way up the stairwell and further down the hall with mops and buckets. But he picks up, "Hello? This is Blue Sky. How can I help you? Please tell me this is my friend that's 8,000 miles away."
Yeah. What'd you
Yeah,
find
it's this
8,000
one.
miles away, by the way?
Yeah, don't worry about it. You're a long way away. It's a big area. I'll get over it.
Fair enough. Well, I figured I'd just give you the courtesy of calling back and let you know we did get into a couple of things on your phone there. That's really handy.
Okay.
So yeah, we don't really need you anymore. So bye.
All right. Bye. He hangs up. He's like, I don't know. You fucking said he didn't need me anymore. Whatever. More kindling to the fire. Anyways, everything done? Boys, meat cart set up? Hey, there we go. Good job. All right, let's pack this shit up. Let's go home and I don't want to deal with you. And he points to somebody in the apartment. And they start making their way towards the elevator with the meat carts. Give me another spot. Listen.
I'd like to make special attention to try to identify the face. I'll even take a screen cap on the laptop if I can get the face of the blue sky before he leaves, and also,
Absolutely.
and also the dude that that he pointed at and said, "I don't want to deal with you."
Okay. About 6 individuals leave your apartment. So, you want to screen cap all of them?
Yeah, if I can.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you're able to do it. All right. So, Cabby, yes, Dexter competency points. I'm assuming.
3 more, yep.
Yep. Okay. So that'll be a yes for you, and then Via, you already rolled, right? And then you got 2.
Yep.
All right. So, all of you over here, as they're making their way to the elevators, Mr. Blue Sky, as they're making their way down the hallway, say, I'm probably going to have to report this to the council. Oh, I'm so tired in New York. I cannot wait to get my new digs. Anyways, so are we going how about we go to Five Guys Pizza? Five Guys Pizza sound nice? I'm kind of hungry. Yeah. Five Guys Pizza. And that's when the elevator opens and they all walk in.
Dexter turns to the other two, confused. Is there a Five Guys pizza?
I thought they only had burgers.
That's what I thought too.
I thought we already clarified that this guy's a fucking idiot.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there aren't any more fucking restaurants opening up. Unless they're making fucking human pizzas.
Now, by human pizzas, do you mean like pizzas that humans make, or pizzas made of humans?
So, Aaron, Alt-Tab, we're going to do a search for guys pizzas in the New York area.
Okay.
And we're going to see if there's actually a building there for Five Guys nearby. Maybe he actually just meant their current domicile.
So you go ahead and you look for Five Guys Pizza. A bunch of Five Guys come up in New York. Not a pizza joint. However, you do find that near one of the Five Guys pizzerias in the Garment District, or not pizza, Five Guys pizza. No, fucking near one of the Five Guys, there is a pizzeria called The Guys. That's directly next to Five Guys.
Oh. That's got to be, so Dexter's tucking the other two. That's got to be where they're staying.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that has to do with us, considering we're, fuck, I don't know how many miles away.
No, I mean, shit, but if we reported that to the military and they were still doing flyover bombings, they could potentially take him out. He was on their radar, after all.
You guys are in reality. Do you want just from New York or from that specific location?
Just New York is fine.
Okay. You guys are actually 2,290 miles away.
So the 8,000 miles thing was fairly non-specific.
I'm somewhere within 8,000 miles of you.
We're somewhere on planet Earth, for sure.
All right.
All right, and Dexter will power his phone off at that point.
Okay, fantastic. I'm just gonna do a rough estimate here, real quick, of how far away you said that you could possibly be. So for all he knows, you could be
In fucking Egypt.
one. Funnily enough, you could be in the middle of China. For all he knows.
And as Dexter's sitting there staring at his phone as it powers off, he will say to the other two, my fucking name is in some type of database now or registry that these fucks track outlaw human beings in. Outlaw. Yeah.
You know, I think I've seen that exact TV show.
Do tell.
You never know. You never know, Cabby. We might be famous
Jesus.
amongst the ranks of the unkilled.
All right. Anything else you guys like to get done?
Just sad that I didn't kill that asshole that popped out of the sewer grate.
Yeah, he kind of sounded like a dick, didn't he?
Yeah, I didn't expect much less, but
All right. With that, you guys go about your day, and I'm assuming that Cabby would like to do more heal rolls so that Dexter does not have chronic pains in the future.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
All right. Give me 4 first aid checks. And
Dexter-
you're looking to reduce for a single dice.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, you're going to have to spend competency on that, buddy. You are looking to reduce a 4 for your next one. Okay, so if you spend 3 competency on both of those rolls, 3 competency on the first roll, and then keep the second roll, and then take away the first success from the third roll, you hit your 4. Now you're taking away from the other dice, and you completely take away the other dice. So
I'm just gonna spend the 3 to get that first one up to a success.
oh yeah, that's what I figured you did.
So 3, 6.
So you've gotten rid of 2 dice. That leaves him with 1 dice. So go ahead and mark off the boxes down to the first injury box. And I want you to go ahead and for the fractured first rib, hold on here.
Should only have to get 2 more.
Let's see here. So your fractured rib is going to take approximately 6 weeks to heal fully, but should not result in a permanent, any permanent damage. So just put possibly in brackets next to it 6 weeks.
got it.
All right, you're looking at 3 weeks for your next one.
The torn trap.
Yeah, the torn trap is going to be 3 weeks.
Okay. Concussion.
Cabby, I think concussions are just something that eventually stack over time, right?
Eh. I mean, concussions will heal fully. It's if you get another one in short term, it's a problem.
I see. All right. How long is the doctor recommended time before getting your next concussion?
Usually a couple of weeks.
Okay, so we'll put the concussion at 3 weeks.
They don't recommend getting another one, period.
Oh,
but-
absolutely. I'm just saying, should somebody get a concussion within a set period of time, when is it suddenly, oh, that's a problem, buddy? He shouldn't have done that.
So Dexter stares at Cabby and says, "So no football, I guess."
I just stare and blink.
All right. And you can go ahead and mark your broken clavicle left as go ahead and mark that with a 48 hour timer before it's going to result in a permanent chronic injury.
Okay. Got 48 hour next to it.
Okay. Because that's the last 5 successes that Cabby needs to heal you and then just let you naturally heal your injuries.
He had 3 over this one, I think.
So yeah, if we go to his first roll, he had 2 negatives. He spent 3 competency. That brings him to 1 success. Then he had 2 more successes on the next one.
I've got
that
2
brings him
more
to
that I
3.
need to bring you down. Because you said you stack.
Yeah. So all right, then 4 with the first one of the third roll, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 with the next ones. So yeah, you've got 2 more that you need to heal on the last dice before you can get rid of that becoming a permanent chronic injury. And then he is technically healed, but it's still going to take him time to fully heal.
Understood. I'll take it.
Okay. And that's going to conclude the healing that you can do for this day. Is there anything that you guys would like to get done outside of the patient for this day?
We're probably going to have to dock again to refuel. But in the meantime, Dexter is going to use what web access he does have. See if we can... matter of fact, I'll try connecting my phone through Bluetooth to the laptop to dial over Wi-Fi, and I'm going to try to dial out to the CDC guys that were on the aircraft carrier. See if I can get one of them on the phone.
Okay. Well, as you go to make that phone call, that is where we are going to take our break, and we will be right back with more Here We Are Year Zero. See you soon, folks. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Here We Are, Year Zero, back with the crew, back on the ship. By the way, what are you guys calling the ship? Because it has the Marquise marked on the side, but,
The SS Fuck Mr. Blue Skies.
Oh, okay. Is that
Kinda
an
has a
agreed
ring
upon
to it.
name?
I mean, Dexter would say it's a little on the nose, don't you think?
Fine. SS Fuck that guy.
In particular.
All right. Cool. So, on the SS Fuck That Guy in particular, as you have finished your day of healing on Dear Dexter, what would the rest of the crew be up to? As you can see that you're maybe about 10 minutes out from the port Punta Arenas, which you can see the Black Buddha is currently making its way towards.
As Via announces that we're getting close, he will offer to take the helm temporarily while she helps Cabby do whatever they need to do for refueling.
Sounds good.
Does Cabby allow that?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So with that, eventually, Via, you would get a call over the radio from the dad, who still has not been named because no one's asked. Hey, we're going to be pulling into port just long enough to refuel. I can see about 12 ships on the dock, but it looks like there is enough space open for, us to pull in one at a time if you want. I should also let you know that Kira passed in the night.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
And the look on Cabby's face is just pure. Alright.
She was so young.
And I need to check something really quick. Ah, yes. So the news of Kira passing in the night leaves you all with a 2 black dice penalty for the next 24 hours.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
What's the 2 black dice for?
That is for one of the traits that Kira had, where if her character would ever, or where if the character would ever die, the party is given a 24-hour 2 dice penalty.
It's because she was such a social butterfly and liked by all.
That is essentially the trait.
I mean, I'll call total bullshit, but okay.
Hey, mechanics, baby. Deep down, Cabby loved her. As a little sister.
I loved her OOC. I did not love her IC.
I am with Eric on that one.
So any preparations for you guys pulling in the dock? Are you going to go the 1x1 route, or are you going to try and go further down the docks, which would take you closer to the actual coastline?
I don't see any reason not to go one by one, so we
Okay.
can watch each other's backs.
All right, fantastic. So as you guys go ahead and watch the Black Buddha take its place on the dock, you guys go ahead and pull into essentially an overwatch position. And Via, since you are the driver, you let me know. There is roughly a... There's a 2,000-foot dock that juts straight out that acts as a port to this portion of Costa Rica. And it has various boats all along it. And you can see the Black Boot is nudging its way into where one of the fueling stations is. How would she like to position herself?
I don't like.
And I will give you guys a
Butt
snapshot.
first?
Okay. Give me a second here. I'm going to give you guys a snip of what this would look like.
I mean, I assume if we want to make, like, in anticipation of maybe needing to make a quick getaway, because you never know, I'd probably want to, like, back
So
in, or
you can now
like,
see on the Discordia.
Yeah, so I guess sorry. I'd make like a loop so that the front of the boat was facing out to the ocean.
Okay. And you're just going to sort of hang off a couple of feet away from the dock?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. With that, you guys can clearly see straight down the docks as the tail end of the boat is facing the docks as the Black Buddha you watch as the father gets off board and he's got the AK in hand and he goes over to the pumping station, pulls out his wallet, quickly pulls out what looks like a card of some sort and slots it in, pulls the nozzle off of the unit and brings it over to their gas tank and starts filling her up. And go ahead and make me... who's going to be on Overwatch?
I'm guessing me.
Okay. Cabby, go ahead and make me a spot listen. Okay, that's pretty good. With 3 successes, looking down the docks, checking the water, you currently don't see any activity. However, you do notice that there are some cars actually on the coastline that are making their way up what looks like a road that goes further into the actual mainland of Costa Rica. You can see that the beaches nearby have been completely abandoned. There's many an umbrella and lawn chairs and sun tanning chairs that have been left abandoned. A couple beach balls. You do see that there are a couple bodies on the beach as well that are lifeless and in their pool in a pool of their own blood. And you can see that there's several fires in portions of the city in front of you. But no one's coming down the docks. No one's around the docks moving around at the moment.
Okay. I'm just gonna be keeping an eye on anything moving.
All right, fantastic. Okay. Eventually, they go ahead and they pull out of the docks after finishing refueling. He puts the nozzle back and he radios you via, and he says, "I left the card on top of the unit."
Alrighty.
And with that, I'd like you to make me a navigation check to successfully, without damaging your boat, pull into port.
Okay. This could go okay. Yeah.
Hey, 2 successes. Yeah. Goes more than okay. You successfully. You're getting the hang of this. I mean, hell, if you had owned a boat in the past, you could have been boat captain. As you successfully pull into port and you pull right up perfectly. And you probably yell back to Cabby to start casting the lines and hooking you guys up to the dock so you don't drift off.
Yes.
And Cabby, go ahead and we're going to have you make for me... Ooh, my bad. I pressed the wrong thing. And, yeah. Yeah, that didn't go so well.
Mm-hmm.
1 second here. Dun, 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 dun. There we go.
Hey, throw
Sorry
check.
about that. Yeah, you're gonna make me a throw check. Sorry, I had to reopen roll 20.
Oh!
Cabby,
I throw it very successfully, and the whole thing just drops in the water.
Luckily, it's still attached to your boat, but yeah, the majority of the rope that you do throw immediately goes plop into the water and starts sinking down to Davy Jones's locker. It's not lost, but you take the full 2 minutes to fully pull it all back in as the entire rope went pretty much overboard. And luckily, it was attached to your ship, so you don't lose it. After that, I would say Via has successfully maneuvered it so that you could, at this point, walk onto the docks itself and try and tie it that way. And if you want to do that, go ahead and make me a simple lift pull.
I'll spend the 2.
Okay, you spend the 2 competency points as you do your best to tie up some knots and get this thing nice and tied down to the docks. And are you, now that you're on the docks themselves and you've got it tied up, are you going to go ahead and fuel it yourself?
I'm already down here. I'm just going to go over and fuel.
Okay, Via, that puts you in the Overwatch position. I mean, you do have a boat in front of you, but you got most of the view of the docks.
Okay.
If you'd like to go ahead and make the spot listen while Cabby goes over and he grabs the, it's a platinum card. And he slots it in. Wow.
I see all the things.
You see all the things. You do indeed. As what was failed to be reported over the radio, or possibly just wasn't seen the first time, is that actually on the 3rd boat closest to the shore, there's a group of people camping out, and they've got coolers out, and they're open. Looks like they're drinking beers, and they've got their fishing reels over the sides of their boat. But beyond that, you do see off in the distance on the actual shoreline in some of the city, a group of infected making their way through some of the buildings.
Okay.
They just pop into the street for a little while, harass some of the people who haven't fully gotten the hint and run out and chase after a few of them, but they don't seem to be heading towards the docks.
Okay.
And Cabby, time passes. Eventually, you get the fuel tank nice and full. It'll cost you roughly about $2,000, but you don't care about that because you used a platinum card and it ain't yours.
Cool.
So you keep the platinum card, or you keep it there on the docks?
No, we're taking it with us.
All right, you take it with you. Hop back on board, untie your knot, make me a you know what? I'm gonna be nice. You don't need to make a roll. You just start untying it. And over the next 2 minutes, you finish untying the boat from the docks. And Via, go ahead and make me another navigation to pull out of the docks without damaging your boat.
Okay. There's a cat on my mouse hand. Go away, cat. Oh my god, cat. He clicking the wrong button.
That's not too bad. You're excellent at pulling in the dock. You need a little bit of work with pulling out a dock, but that's okay. You can work on that. One day you will be a pull-out king.
Jesus.
But with that, you guys successfully take off. Go ahead and continue your little convoy. And as the day goes by and night creeps in, you have officially made it to Nicaragua. Or at least the border of Costa Rica and Nicaragua.
Okay.
Next port in half a day. Yes,
That
purr
was
to
the
you too.
cat.
Val is very happy that I'm holding him.
Absolutely. Any conversation that wants to happen during the last stretches of your trip along the coast of Costa Rica?
All right, so this was talked about early in the game, but never used it. So digs around in his bag and pulls out a pristine, beautifully golden Twinkie, and
Jesus Christ.
proceeds to hold his hand out for rock paper scissors with Cabby and Via.
I'm just gonna look at the Twinkie and go, nope, it's all between you two.
Via.
I think you could probably use it more than any of us. It's all yours, buddy.
Okay, suit yourselves.
You need your strength.
Dexter takes like 20 minutes to eat this Twinkie and enjoys every
absolutely.
little
Every
nibble.
tender bite. All right. With that, ooh. Uh-oh. I think my Discord crapped out again.
Said, oh.
Discord
Wow.
crapped out again.
All right, sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's totally fine. Wasn't your fault. Okay.
So, Dexter, while Cabby and Via are doing their thing, Dexter, if he feels up to it, and that's what I was going to ask you, whether he feels good enough to do this or not, but he was going to see if he can find some bait in a pole and toss out into this dock, see if he can pull in a fish or two.
Absolutely. Yeah. You are more than up to the laid back, relaxed feeling of doing some fishing.
Okay, I'll use a relatively smaller hook. I'm not going for, 200-pound spearfish here.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna set up a rig for 20-pound fish at the most is what I'm going for. So smaller hooks, appropriate bait for underdock fishing, and cast out.
All right. Make me a throw check.
All right. I will probably have to do competency on this, but we'll see. Ooh, one success.
One success. Very nice. All right. You go ahead and you cast the line, and you get it a decent amount out there. And you do the age-old ritual of sit and wait, possibly with a brewski. And I would like you to go ahead and roll me a D100.
$68.
68. Okay, let's do some searching here. 68 would end up with bluefin tuna.
Ooh, nice.
All right.
All right, what kind of weight?
Let's figure that out. What is the average weight of a bluefin tuna?
Fucking massive. It's like pulling up an 8-pound bass on a Mickey Mouse rod right now.
The average weight of a bluefin tuna starts at 500 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, pulling up a 10-pound bass on a Mickey Mouse rod, basically.
All right, I'm going to need you to make me a composure check with a difficulty die
All right.
as you try and reel this bad boy in.
I mean, can I help him?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to help. If Via would like to put it in cruise and go back there and join him on the back, and I'll allow. Yep.
I was gonna say I'm gonna be an asshole here, but how's he doing a 500-pound tuna with one arm?
Oh, that is a very good point.
I'm helping.
I'd be pulling with my right arm and only reeling with the left.
So here's what we're gonna do. With the injury, we're gonna say it was 2, and then we're gonna bring it back down to 1 because Via comes to help.
Okay. All right. So
Would Cabby also like to join in to possibly bring that to 0 difficulty die?
I'm probably going to be staying on the bridge for this.
Okay. Keeping an eye out, making sure the boat doesn't veer off course.
All right, I'll spend 3 on that.
Okay, 3 would still bring you to a failure, though, as you'd be brought down to 38. So the two of you struggle, and you swear, you see it for a few seconds break the surface of the water, just as there is a cling as the line snaps.
Oh.
Dang.
And you see, you hooked it pretty decently. But luckily, there's plenty of line around for you to. You have no shortage of line on this boat.
All right, so we're gonna rebait and try it again.
Yep, rehook, rebait, and
Yep.
give me another throw check. Go ahead and make sure to clear your difficulty dice for this.
Okay. Two successes.
2 successes. You get it even further out there. All right, and as the hours pass, roughly about 2 hours pass before I'd like you to go ahead and roll me another D100.
51.
51. Okay. Let's see here. We are looking at
Dinner on the grill.
a Cohoa salmon. All right.
Nice.
A
Coho salmon?
Coho, sorry. Let's see here. What is
I'm more
your
upset by the
average
fact that you pronounced the L.
salmon? You want me to say salmon?
Is that not how people pronounce it? Salmon?
Not always.
I
Give me
mean,
a second here.
Tupperware.
Luckily, this one's only about 18 pounds.
Nice.
So I won't give you guys any difficulty dice to try and pull this one in. But you are going to make me that composure check, that composure roll. Try and pull this bad boy in.
Yeah.
Hey, with a success! A good, long, 4-minute struggle of epic proportions ends in the fish breaking the water, still on the hook.
Nice, nice. I pull it in with my right arm, and I'll hold it up and say "dinner," and then I'll
Right.
proceed to move to the galley and start the flame.
Fantastic. You don't have to actually go far. There is a out here on the first deck as you turn to go towards the large glass doors to the left-hand side of that. There's a cutting board for filleting fish and descaling fish. And it has the tools already set in one of the utensil holders. It's kind of that stereotypical metal utensil holder that you like see in cafeterias and schools. But it's got some tools in there for both filleting and also descaling the fish. There's a white cutting board next to that has a couple of deep grooves in it from previous use. And there is a small grill that is there.
Okay, we're gonna fire it up.
And is propane fueled.
Nice. We will we'll cook dinner and deliver a plate to Via and to Cabby.
Propane and
Alright.
propane accessories.
Go ahead and make me a search check as you're working on the grill, getting everything set up, getting yourself ready to cook this bad boy up. With 3, you find what you need to grill it, but nothing additional, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right, and with that, you know that there are plenty of dried foods and foods that can easily be add water and cook in the kitchen down here on the first deck, which includes some various different brands of rice if you wanted to.
Yeah, we will. We'll boil up some rice and put it on a bed of rice and I assume that search check was for spices, so
Yeah, it was. It was.
we'll just go with the good old salt and pepper and
Mhm.
serve it up.
Fantastic. And you managed to find a whole lemon in the refrigerator, so you can squeeze that over it should you wish.
Nice, perfect.
All right.
All right, and I deliver a big fat plate of fish to Cabby and to Via.
Okay.
Excellent.
So I would like you to go ahead and roll me a D10, Dexter. Eight. Okay, so if we have that, that becomes 4, and I'd like both Via and our dear Cabby to go ahead and add 4 temporary bonus to their psyche for a good home cooked meal. And as the chef, you only get 2 though.
No problem. Awesome.
And that temporary bonus will last you guys 48 hours.
Nice.
All right. Fantastic. And with that, as the 3 of you sit down for a beautiful meal, that is where we're going to call this episode of Here We Are Year Zero. We will come back with the adventures of Nicaragua and Honduras. Thank you all so much for coming out. We greatly appreciate you, and we will see you guys next time.
Dexter's alive.
Bye.
That was a fucking shock.
Your mortality rate has gone up. Down? Whichever way it
Down?
works.
Yes, down.